Good morning, good morning, good morning. Excuse me. Happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday, the end of the week. TGIF for a lot of people. After today, you can start your weekend, go out and have a drink, go out and meet friends, go to the movies, do whatever you want to do. But happy Friday to you. First, I want to say thank you, a special thank you to Hope Cupid and the whole team with Ice House. It's an entrepreneurship program we took this week. Tommy and I took it this week. Now we are facilitators to actually be able to teach this class. I can't tell you guys enough how informative, how great that class was. It took us out of the box. It helped us conquer a lot of fears. So I'm really appreciative of going to that. I learned a lot. So did Tommy. We got to interact with people we wouldn't normally interact with. It's really a great program. I don't want to give too much away because we will be teaching it as well. So it's a class that if you are an entrepreneur, you still need to take it. If you aren't an entrepreneur, you should definitely take this class. Also, speaking of entrepreneurs, Wendy Williams vows to take full control of her business affairs following split from her husband. It looks like her husband was handling everything for those 25 years. So now she said what used to happen was he would do all the meetings and all she had to do was come in the room after the meeting was done and meet the people. She said no longer is that going to happen. From now on, she's taking full control. So shout out to Wendy for definitely doing that. Also, shout out to the new Roanoke Fashion Week committee. We started a committee yesterday for Roanoke Fashion Week, which will be October 10th through October 13th. I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot coming. Definitely, you guys want to get on the boutique bus crawl. We have a tour bus that's coming Saturday the 12th to take people to different boutiques around Roanoke. So you'll go to some downtown, you'll go to some on Williamson Road, you'll go to some also on 419. So it's just going to take you all around to the different boutiques. I'm really excited about that, along with amazing fashion shows to go with it. Also, please don't forget about T-Boy. We have our reggae festival, not festival, but concert series, coming up July the 6th. We have Desi, who used to perform with Bob Marley and the Wailers. He came after Bob Marley passed, But you definitely don't want to miss him. And we also have other bands performing as well. So you don't want to miss it. It's going to be an all-day event. It starts at 10 a.m., ends 10 p.m. The concert series starts at 5. Tickets right now are on sale for $15. And then, it's just online. If you go online, you can purchase a ticket for $15. If you come at the door, it is going to be $20. You do not want to miss that event. It's going to be huge. We have Gina's that's going to be here with her soul food. You don't want to miss that, along with other vendors as well. Also, again, if your birthday is today, you know I do my birthday shout outs. So happy birthday to you. The celebrity birthdays, I don't have them right now, but if it is your birthday, you are a celebrity in your own right. Happy birthday to you. We'll be right back in just a second with my special guest. So stay tuned and stay focused. We'll be right back.
Star City, the Take Back Our Yard Foundation proudly presents We Can Do It Ourselves, hashtag T-Boy Part 2 Concert Series. July 6, 2019 in historic Gainesboro, featuring hip-hop fusion band Ja War and Vibe Riot. Grammy-nominated reggae artist Desi Hyson, and from the ATL, superstar DJ Rose. And just added, exclusive indie artist E-Bandit. Tickets $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. All for a great cause to help restore, revitalize, and rebuild historic Gainsborough. Tickets available at Eventbrite.com. Take Back Our Yard Cultural Arts Festival and Concert Series. For more information, visit us at www.takebackouryard.org. Take Back Our Yard Part 2. Come and elevate your mind, body, and soul.
These people might look similar to you. Some are patients, and some are volunteers. A lot of people without insurance are unsure where to turn. At Bradley Free Clinic, physicians, dentists, and others volunteer to provide free services to people who need them. A healthy community depends on everyone. If you don't have insurance, we can help, because we bring together great health providers and the people who need them.
Welcome to Shop Talk, with real women, real conversations, all in their natural environment, the beauty parlor. Welcome to Shop Talk with LaWanda Wells. Please tune in.
Apple Ridge Farm. Our passion is to reach out to the underserved youth in our communities, transforming their lives through educational, cultural, and outdoor experiences. We build self-esteem through academic support and success, and with self-esteem comes the belief that our children can reach their dreams. At Apple Ridge Farm, our job is to see the amazing seeds of potential in our youth until they can see that in themselves. Children are our future, and Apple Ridge Farm is committed to continue helping kids grow. For more information, visit appleridge.org today.
Who is N. Wesley Pugsley Jr. and Associates CPA.
We are a full-service CPA firm with over 25 years experience in audit, tax, bookkeeping, payroll, including direct deposit, setting a 501c3 nonprofit status, preparing loan packages, and much more. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. When I started in public accounting in the early 1980s, there were no computers or fax machines. Everything was face-to-face meetings. With the advent of computers, the internet, and cloud-based software, we can communicate with any client from anywhere in the country. With our portal technology, which is similar to online banking, you just sign into our secure website, upload your tax documents, you scan to your C drive, and we prepare your return.
It appears times are changing.
I call this the year of enlightenment. Many Americans are seeing the advantages of supporting community-based businesses. We are here to serve you, not just because we're a community-based firm, but because we have the experience. We know we can serve your needs.
We're back, and I'm excited to present our guest to you all today. You guys know I'm a big real estate fan. I talk to you guys about housing and how to purchase homes and stuff like that from time to time. But now we have a team here from TAP. Some are from TAP. Ashton Fallon is from TAP. She's a housing counselor, along with Rob, who is a realtor, correct? And then, of course, last but not least, the one who makes it happen is Allison from Freedom First. So thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. So I'm sorry, Ashton, do you want to tell us a little bit about TAP and the housing counselor and what you do?
Yeah, so at TAP, we have our housing counseling program, and our main goal is to really empower the future home buyer with equipping them with all the just like the necessary knowledge that they need to purchase a house.
Okay.
Especially when you look back in like 2007, 2008, when a lot of people were foreclosing and they were getting in these loan products that they just really could not afford. And so I feel like after that happen, housing counseling is more important than ever to just help educate the consumer that they feel empowered to move forward with the purchasing process, like knowing what loan they want to get, where their credit score is, just all of that critical information that you need. So.
I understand that because I was telling you, I was a realtor in Jersey for a while, and 2007, 2008, was when the market really hit up there as well. So I was a full-time realtor, but during that time when it crashed and everything was foreclosing and things like that, that's when I went on into property management and other things. But a lot of people have not survived that foreclosure ordeal. So how do you all help people with foreclosures? What do you do?
So it's an interesting situation. I've only been in this position for about a year, and I've learned so much.
Okay.
But a lot of the people that I see coming into my office either have like some sort of an illness or a medical emergency going on, or they're getting a divorce, or just some change in their income. And so what we do is a lot of times we'll work on the client's behalf like an advocate basically, and we'll be calling the servicer and talking to them and just trying to see what our client would qualify for, whether that's a loan modification or a forbearance, or if they decide to file bankruptcy. Although we're not attorneys, we just try to help guide them through the process to figure out what are their rights and what would work best for the client in that situation.
Okay.
And so we're not like Santa Claus or anything, like we can't like save everyone's house, but we do try our best to try to just help them figure out their options. And so far I've seen a lot of success with my clients. I've had a client I've worked with who we were able to save her house.
Oh, wow.
So far, yeah, which has been really rewarding.
Absolutely.
I think it's a great avenue because a lot of people, when they get behind in their bills, they lose their job or whatever, they know they're behind, so they just put that delinquent bill in their drawer and they don't open it. They know what it is, and so this is a different avenue for them to go, okay, here, she can help guide you through that process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Allison, any thoughts on this?
Absolutely. I think we try really hard up front to help people with pre-purchase counseling, especially, the VHDA homebuyer education class that that TAP hosts, and do a lot of things up front. But sometimes, life happens, unfortunately, and people do get put in the position where foreclosure may become a reality. So the more resources that are available to a homeowner, the better for everyone, for not only that individual person, but our community.
Okay.
And if I could say anything, Erica, I was going to say, like, a lot of times the servicer prefers to work with a housing counselor anyways, because we're not as emotionally as invested as the consumer. Like, they're calling and they're getting really emotional.
Oh, yeah.
And so for a housing counselor, we're like that third person that can kind of help be the mediator in the situation. So that seems to help, because I've had clients who were like really hostile. It was like some hostile interactions going on between the servicer and the client. And so I'm kind of like that middle person to try to smooth things over on both sides, which I think can also help when you're trying to get like a forbearance.
You're there to balance it out.
Yeah, for sure, because you're about to lose your house, so that's like a really heated, of course you're going to be emotional.
Absolutely.
So it's great to have that third person to help you.
Wow. So what is the VHDA programs? Just dealing with the foreclosures exactly, or do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'll let Allison speak on like the loan part of it, because you're talking about like the VHDA loans and all of that stuff. So they do offer a lot of loan programs, which I can let Allison kind of touch on more. But as far as the homebuyer education part of it, they facilitate throughout the state various homebuyer education classes, and TAP is one of those. We are a facilitator, so we partner with people like Rob and Allison, where we will host this class typically in various locations. And we'll have like a realtor talk about working with a realtor, what it's like. We'll have a lender talk as well. And it's just a great class to educate the consumer on how to move through the home buying process. Everything from personal finance to credit to closing on the loan.
Okay. So if somebody comes in and their credit's not up to par, you guys can help them get their credit to a certain level so they could purchase a home? Or
right, that's correct. Yeah, in the class we don't really get too much in like a one-on-one situation, but we kind of do like a general overview. Okay. And then if people want to work with us one-on-one after the class, we always do that as well.
Okay. And Rob, what is your duty as a realtor in all this?
My duty as a realtor is everything else. She brings the suitcase of money, and then I do everything else. I educate them on why to use a realtor, and that biggest part is the paperwork, the negotiation, making sure that you're paying the proper amount for the house and things like that. Because if you're working with a for sale by owner, or the house may not even be worth what they're asking and things like that. And it's not always that way, but as a realtor, we make sure that they're paying a good amount for their house, and we negotiate the paperwork, and there's inspections and things like that, and we actually facilitate all that through the whole process.
Okay. And do you want to tell me a little bit about the VHDA program before we go on break?
Sure, I can speak a little. In general, there's a lot of great mortgage loan programs available, especially here in the community. Different forms of down payment assistance, which is wonderful. VHDA does offer a home loan program, and it's terrific, as well as Ashton mentioned, we have the VHDA Homebuyer Education class, which is a great place to start because it educates someone on, kind of the beginning of the process to the end. And the really nice thing with that is you come away with a certificate and a wonderful book that is a wonderful resource for future reference. But with that, the certificate is good for 2 years, and a lot of, probably fair to say, most first-time homebuyer loan programs require a pre-purchase counseling course. Okay. And that satisfies that satisfies that piece for them.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody, we'll be right back with more, so stay focused.
Star City, the Take Back Our Yard Foundation proudly presents We Can Do It Ourselves #T-Boy Part 2 concert series. July 6, 2019 in historic Gainsboro. Featuring hip-hop fusion band Jawar and Vibe Riot. Grammy-nominated reggae artist Dazzy Hyson. And from the ATL, superstar DJ Rose. And just added, exclusive indie artist E-Bandit. Tickets $15 in advance, $20 at the gate. All for a great cause to help restore, revitalize, and rebuild historic Gainsboro. Tickets available at Eventbrite.com. Take Back Our Yard Cultural Arts Festival and Concert Series. For more information, visit us at www.takebackouryard.org. Take Back Our Yard Part 2. Come and elevate your mind, body, and soul.
Apple Ridge Farm. Our passion is to reach out to the underserved youth in our communities, transforming their lives through educational, cultural, and outdoor experiences. We build self-esteem through academic support and success. And with self-esteem comes the belief that our children can reach their dreams. At Apple Ridge Farm, our job is to see the amazing seeds of potential in our youth until they can see that in themselves. Children are our future, and Apple Ridge Farm is committed to continue helping kids grow. For more information, visit appleridge.org today.
These people might look similar to you. Some are patients, and some are volunteers. A lot of people without insurance are unsure where to turn. At Bradley Free Clinic, physicians, dentists, and others volunteer to provide free services to people who need them. A healthy community depends on everyone. If you don't have insurance, we can help, because we bring together great health providers and the people who need them.
All right, we're back. More questions. So, Ashton, a lot of times people don't realize how important it is to be able to come and talk to somebody and have these programs. A lot of times people will go and purchase a house on their own and just be clueless. Mm-hmm. So can you explain some of the questions or some of the regrets homeowners have that are homeowners now that say, oh, wow, I wish I would have known this, or I wish I would have known that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think just from a statistical standpoint, people who participate in housing counseling are far less likely to default on their loan. They feel more financially empowered. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot of studies on the HUD website that you can look at. But as far as from my individual experience, I actually had a client I was working with. She and her husband had purchased a home, I want to say 10 to 15 years ago. They didn't work with a housing counselor. She said that they found out like a few years later that servicer that they were working with was in the middle of a lawsuit for actually overcharging their clients on their mortgage payments. Oh, yeah. And she said that she really regretted that, because if she had worked with a housing counselor, she would have known that. And she was just naive, just like, the servicer knows best. Like, I'm not going to question them. And come to find out, they were sued millions of dollars for doing some fraudulent activity.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that's a real story. I heard that in one of my classes.
Wow, that's huge.
And I'm sure Rob and Allison are not surprised at all, because they've been in the industry a lot longer than me.
Exactly. And Rob, what about you? I mean, some people won't work with a realtor because they think they have to pay the realtor the first time they buy a house.
They think they can save money by cutting out the realtor, and it's not really true. The seller actually pays the closing costs, or not the closing costs, but pays the realtor's commission and things. And also in that, a realtor can negotiate closing costs and some repairs to the house and things like that. It's important to have an agent that represents you, because even if you call a sign in the yard, Joe Smo's realtor, if you call them, they actually represent the sellers. Right. They don't represent you, and so their job is to get the most for that seller, not to get you the best deal on the house. So.
Okay. And what about with you, Allison?
I think one of the things that we see is someone who, for that example, sees a house that has great curb appeal, wants to purchase it, either jumps in and starts making an offer before they've talked to a lender and are pre-qualified, or just will call a lender and get pre-qualified and not really understand what that dollar amount means compared to the payment that they may be obligating themselves to. Right. So, just educating themselves, working with a housing counselor, working with a lender, being able to come in and say, I want my payment to be X amount of dollars a month. What does that mean to me as far as my purchasing power? Helps everybody. It helps the realtor, the real estate agent be able to look in the right sales price range. It helps the buyer make sure that their affordability factor is in place, and just, overall, they can sleep at night making a mortgage payment that they're comfortable with.
And I think that pre-approval or pre-qualification is bigger than anything, because you may love that $300,000 house. Well, if you only qualify for 150, those houses don't look the same. Exactly. And so it saves a lot of heartache, I think, because those aren't the same houses.
Yeah. You need to know what you qualify for.
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing.
And what your and she talked about that, what your payments are, because just because you qualify for $300 doesn't mean that you're comfortable making that. And with the home buyers class, they talk on budget and things like that, and that kind of puts you in perspective of, I feel really comfortable with this payment. This is what I'm looking for.
Okay. There are so many other expenses in life that that aren't taken into consideration on that qualification, that I find, I would say probably 90% of the time, when I'm speaking with my members or my clients, that what they qualify for on paper is more than they'd want to obligate themselves to. Absolutely. Because of all of the other expenses that aren't accounted for in those figures.
And a good agent will keep them in what they feel comfortable with, not what they qualify for.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly.
Because I hear that a lot. Oh, well, this other agent only showed me $300,000 houses, and I really only feel comfortable with 200. And so you really have to, if your agent's doing that, you need to stop them.
And just like a good agent will take them to see a house in the rain, right?
That's right. Well, yeah, it rains every day here in Roanoke, but that's the best time to look at houses because you know if the basement's leaking, if the ceiling's leaking, and things like that. If it's raining hard and there's no water, you're good, typically.
Exactly. So, does it cost to be in this program? Is there a fee to join?
No, our program is completely free. We work with people of all income levels. Does not matter.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
And when is your next program? How do they contact you?
So they can go on the VHDA website, and our class is actually posted on the portal. Our next class is going to be on Saturday, July 20th at the main Roanoke Library. If they wanted to contact me directly, they can always, I guess, call my office at 540-283-4917.
Okay. Well, thank you all for being here. Are there any last pieces of information you want to all give before we end our program today?
I think that if you're out looking for a house now as a buyer and you find that house you like, make an offer. The market's hot right now. Things are selling within hours. So if you like that house, make that offer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. He does bring up a really good point. I was talking with someone and they saw a house they wanted and I was trying to explain to them, because I talk to Rob a lot. He helps me a lot. And I was like, the market is really hot right now, so you should probably really get that pre-approval letter. And they didn't, and then they checked and they were like, it's pending now. And definitely, like you said, definitely be aware of the market. That's super important when you're trying to buy a house.
Definitely. Are there multiple offers on houses?
There are. There are. And so definitely listen to the advice of your agent, have that pre-qualification, have that pre-approval if you can get it. Go through that underwriting process as you're looking for houses, because the pre-approval, once you've been through underwriting, it's as good as cash. It stands up a lot better when you're making an offer than just somebody that's gone online and gotten a little, you've been pre-approved type thing.
Right. It's definitely more to it than that.
Absolutely.
So if you're not educated on this, please go get yourself educated, contact TAP, speak to Ashton, and join the housing counseling program. Thank you all for being here today.
Thank you.
I appreciate having everyone. Do you guys want to give any shout outs or hi to anybody or anything like that?
No, we're good.
Okay. Yeah. All right, everybody. Stay focused. Until Monday, God bless.